So what can we do here? If we want to change the color because you don't want this one, we can change the surface, select a solid color, and let's make it grayish. And has it changed? No.
No, and that's what was happening with the walls when I was trying to change the color. It wouldn't actually change in the view.
This is the, but this should be the surface pattern. This is, oh, it doesn't change because it does have the wood here. Because this is wood, so you have there's a material here, and how comes edit type? So if this is wood, there should be a way to change materials somehow, either in edit type, but we don't see any materials here. Yeah, weird. Anyway, there should be other options for the visibility graphics. Maybe here we don't show edges. And this is the realistic. Let's try, no. Hidden. Yep, I think I'll try something over the weekend to help you out. But I think this perspective is good. You have all the elements here. You have the right light, but the final outcome is not this realistic. I feel that it can be better. Maybe I can teach you how to use interior lighting, because there's an option to use this kind of lighting. I think it was too advanced for this first exercise, but maybe I can record a video, a short tutorial on how to use artificial lighting, because I think it will make a difference. So this natural light is good, and usually with natural light should be enough, but probably this is too dark. All this is too dark here, and maybe we would need like well, I'll think about this this evening or tomorrow morning, and probably I'll show you how to improve this, because yeah, this is a good picture for the cover page, but I feel that this picture can be better. Okay, so let's I'll figure it out. What about the site plan? Okay, the site plan I think is good enough because you have nice shadows. Is this so you use the realistic colors as well? This is not Photoshop.
That's Photoshop. That's how I got the trees. I wouldn't have gotten the trees like that out of Revit.
Oh, okay. So you cast the shadow in Photoshop as well. So this is Photoshop. The shadow effect is Photoshop as well.
Yep.
Good. No, I think it's good. I like it. I didn't know that you were able to do it, but it's good. And the colors, yeah, so that's fine. And here, probably for this, well, this is too much. I like this axonometric view, but I think it's too good to be so small. Okay, so I hope that in other sheet here you have this axonometric view that let me find out, because I think this is a good perspective and explains the house very well. But here in this picture is very small. Let me see. You have this, okay. you have you have tiles. By the way, those tiles are lines. You don't have this the option of divide and parts and materials. You didn't have this option here.
Yeah, I had it, but it was showing beyond. It was showing so that I could show the opening of the windows. It was actually showing floor that was part of the patio. So I ended up just doing detail lines and hiding the floor altogether.
Okay, so you created detail lines in Annotate.
Yep.
You did this. Okay, it's an option. We have to be resourceful in this life. I mean, if we want to do something and we don't know how to do it, well, I'm sure that there's always a different way to do it, and you have figured out how to create these tiles, and it looks nice. I mean, nobody would notice if this is the create parts or the detail lines, so it's fine with me. Okay. And even well, the thing is that now you have to be careful and you have to be more accurate, because here we see that, yeah, that this is not the right way to do it. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. Do you have dimensions? Yes, you do. And dimensions are correct. We have the lines. And well, this is something that probably we can fix the, yeah. Well, this is complicated because I don't like this white background in dimensions. Probably we can fix that. Where is the dimensions 70? Yeah, if we select this and we edit type, probably there would be this text background opaque. So we can make it transparent. And now we don't have this issue. The problem is that we don't see this. So probably if you move all this line, like this, it will look better. So yeah, and that's another issue, because this way of having 5 foot, 3 1/8, well, that's the beauty of these imperial units. In metric units, everything is easier, but okay,
I was
so
thinking
that,
about just I was thinking about just changing the font size because it is pretty crowded with measurements.
yep. So there are 2 ways to do this. If you change the scale, okay, so now it doesn't happen. But if you change the scale, then if you go to the dimensions plan, yeah, it's too big. Okay, so we need a bigger sheet. So that's the first way to do it. And yeah, so that scale is too big. Okay, I think that would be acceptable, this 1/4. Do we have overlap? Yes, we do. And then the second option is to change the font size. So here there should be a font text width. Yeah, so here we have the text size. So if we use here 1/32, now it's smaller. Okay, so those are the 2 options. This is too small, obviously. But we have 2 options. We can change, we can edit the text type, or we can increase the scale. If we increase the scale, we have to change the sheet. We have to make it bigger. So in this option, I think we should change the text size. But probably we can use a different text width factor, we can make it 0.5. And we can make it a little bigger. Huh. What do you think?
Yeah, at least they're not stepping on each other.
Yeah, probably if we create a width factor that it's not 0.5 but 0.75. Yeah, I think it's getting better. Okay, so try to work with this. Try to adjust the scale. Well, this is too big, so the scale can be 1/4, 3/16. Okay. Yeah, so now I think everything is clear. The dimensions are, and then there's something, these two, let's try to work with this, a type, and the text is capture element. Okay, this one, dimension line snap distance. This is 1/4. Okay. No, it's not. Now I want just to move it closer to that line, but the way automatically with all of them, not one by one. Okay? Because if we place this in the middle, maybe we can, no, but this is not nice. Anyway, I think by using the width factor and making the font smaller, I think it will look better here in the final, this one.
Okay.
So try this and see what happens. Then the sections. Okay, so you have the key plan. I think the key plan should be even smaller. It's too big. So make it no. Well, yes, that's better for key plan. And then hide this, hiding view elements. That means that you can't edit this key plan, and that's dangerous. Well, if it's outside the, it should be fine. The section is good. You only need to place dimensions here.
Yeah, I've added dimensions and floor levels already.
And levels, yeah, but it's good. And I like the colors. I mean, it's we can always try to. Where is the section? Well, that's another option that we didn't explore in the plan view. For example, if you cast shadows on the section and you use the level, not dimensions. Dimensions has to be like this, but the one with furniture, where is it?
Level 0 rooms.
level 2, okay. Well, level 10 rooms, okay. So if we cast shadows here, well, maybe it's something interesting. Well, that especially when we have double volumes, casting shadows, it's good because it conveys the idea that we have an opening here. The problem is that in the visual view range, let's place the button unlimited and apply depth. Okay. So doing this, we have the idea that this is deeper than this one, especially if we move the sun settings and we make it still. And now we change this 11, 12. Use the June the 21st. Okay, so this is what I mean. By looking at this, we see that the shadow here is smaller than there. So that conveys the idea that this is deeper than this, or the height here. And I think it looks good that you can use this option for all the rooms and area. And then, yeah, because dimensions should be always like this. In dimensions, we don't have shadows because we don't want to distract the attention, because the important thing here is the dimension itself. But for the section, where's the section? And by using the sun settings, single, no. When will, oh, yeah. Yeah, because we have to find the right place for, okay, so this is the azimuth. Because this is the northern, yeah, so the sun is in the other, so we won't see any sun here, so now we have to change this. The altitude and the azimuth, 35 degrees, let's make it 50. Line, and the azimuth, 1.5. Nope. 1.5. Okay, yeah. So by changing these two figures, we have something more. And again, by casting shadows, we can see that we have this wall is closer to the section line, but this is farther from the section line because it's hidden. I don't know. I think it's time to try something different. So if you create this and this, it might be try to cast shadows. I think it's it will be good for this project if you try to cast shadows here. Okay.
Okay.
But in the plan and in the section as well. And then on section 2, yeah, because this section is good, but with shadows will be better with section 2. Section 2 detail. Sun settings. Here, yeah, here we have to work with this. No, it's getting worse. 15. Five. Nope. Yeah, I think shadows go well with this style, especially if you have this black. If you don't have shadows, it's like too flat. I don't know. I like it with shadows. So try to explore this shadow option because I think it goes better with this, especially if you have these stairs with those steps without the rising here. I think it looks nicer. So try to use the shadows. And then the axonometric view. I like this. I asked you, where did you learn to do this?
Experimentation.
Okay.
There's probably an easier way than what I did, but I got it to work.
No, I like it because it's a good way. I show this to my advanced representation students, I mean to the junior students. I show them this kind of exploded axonometric views. And well, I think it's interesting. I can show you how to do it. If you open default 3D view, oh, so you have it here.
So basically I copied it and then I hid it in a bunch of views and then I hid the originals in that view.
Okay, so there's a better way to do this. So if you don't mind, I'm going to delete all this. And now if you want to explode the view, there's an option, which is this one, displace elements, okay? So if you displace elements, yeah, so this is what we, okay, so here you have these 3 axes, and then you can move them. Okay, and now if you create a path, there are lines that connect. Okay, so you didn't use this option.
No, that's way easier. Wish I had known that.
Okay, so now you know it. No, but I think it's quite good because you do this, displace elements, then you have these 3 axes here, and then you can do that. And if you want to create a path, I'm going to use the hidden line. If you want to create this path, so that goes to the place where it originally was. I mean, this wall. Okay, so it goes to this place. No, I think it's a good option. And but try to do this. Try to use the displace elements and try to take different views because I think it's a nice way to understand the house. Okay, so try to do this. I will, well, you have already displaced all the elements. I will open another one and then I will use this option again with other. But it's good that you explore something and then you, yeah, I look at this and I say, okay, what have you tried to do? And I can show you how to do it in a different way that probably will be easier. because I'm older, or at least I've been working with Revit for longer.
Yeah, that's why I have model lines floating in the middle of nowhere, because that's what I needed to do to show the dashed lines.
Yeah, but you have figured out you figured it out. So I mean, it's good that you enjoy doing this. I don't know if you enjoy, but at least you try. Okay, and this is good. Yeah, when we have this section with shadows, it looks better. So try to use the shadows in the flat sections as well. And well, you have to learn. I mean, here you have all these tiny windows, but the good perspective is the other one. Um, okay, it's fine that you have this, but I think you can take a better screenshot from the other facade, and we don't have any. Oh, we have this. Okay, yeah. So those are better.
Yeah, I was just trying to find a reasonable view of the north side of the building, and it's just ugly.
You don't have to do, I mean, if we are submitting a technical document, we need all the elevations, and because we have to measure, and the construction company, they have to work on this. So even if an elevation is very ugly, you have to prepare that elevation with dimensions and materials and all that stuff. But when we are preparing a presentation on a building, you don't have to show an elevation. If this is better, show this one, because having this perspective here, I think it harms your project, because maybe the client is not aware that this elevation is not as good as the other one. Why do you have to show it? I mean, yes, you are honest, and you have shown the second elevation, and the client would say, okay, I don't like this elevation. I will hire another architect. And it's because you have shown this elevation. So you have to be, no, not that honest when it comes to showing the weaknesses of your project.
Okay.
Don't show this view, because those are better. So, and select only which one is better. Don't show two images that are almost the same. Which one do you think it's better, this one or this one?
I like the second one, the one you have right
Okay,
now.
I agree. Show the second one and don't show this one. Okay, it's not about, you can, I mean, it's good that you have done this before the final submission, because I have the opportunity to let you know what I think about this. Don't show this perspective, and don't show this one.
Okay,
Show
thanks.
this documents, and that's it. Okay, but it's quite good. Just keep on working and try different things, and I'll, because now it's about you. It's what you want to do. You will learn. If you just do the same things I'm doing here on the screen, yeah, you learn only that. But if you try to explore a different way to do that, this is how you will end up learning this. So I appreciate that you have done this. Okay, so let's open a second one. It's here.